French Polynesia is an overseas collectivity of friends and its sole overseas country. It comprises 121 geographically dispersed islands and atolls stretching over more than 2,000 kilometers in the South Pacific Ocean. The total land area of French Polynesia is 3,500 square kilometers with a population of 270,000. The archipelago can be grouped into five main archipelagos: the Marquesas Islands in the north, and the Society Islands, where most of the population can be found, hence the name, and are made up of solid islands, the Austro Islands down to the south, the Tuamotu Archipelago, when the majority of atolls can be found, and the Gambier Islands to the southeast. It is situated in between Kiribati, the Pitcairn Islands, and the Cook Islands. Among its 121 islands and atolls, 75 were inhabited in the 2017 census. Tahiti, which is in the Society Islands group, is the most populous island, being home to nearly 69% of the population of French Polynesia as of 2017. Papeete, located on Tahiti, is the capital of French Polynesia. Other popular islands include Raiatea and the famous Bora Bora, which I made a video about, and Nukuhiva for the Marquesas Islands. The islands of French Polynesia make up a total land area of 3,500 square kilometers scattered over more than 2,000 kilometers of ocean. There are 121 islands in French Polynesia and many more islands or motels around atolls. The highest point is Mount Orohena on Tahiti. The Austro Islands consist of the Isles Maria, Rimatara, Rurutu, Tupuai Island proper, and Raivavae, and in the southeast there are the Bass Islands composed of the main island of Rapaiti and the small Marotiri, which compose the southernmost domains of the entire nation. Inhabitants of the islands are known for their pandanus fiber weaving skills. The islands of Maria and Marotiri are not suitable for sustained habitation, located at the southeast terminus of the Tuamotu archipelago. The Gambier Islands cover up an area of 28 square kilometers and are made up of the Mangareva Islands, a group of high islands remnants of a caldera along with islets on the surrounding fringing reef, and the uninhabited Temoe Atoll, which is located 45 kilometers southeast of the Mangareva Islands. According to the Endangered Languages Project, Mangarevan is considered endangered with fewer than 900 speakers out of an ethnic population of 1,491. The Tuamotu Archipelago is a chain of just under 80 islands and atolls in the southern Pacific Ocean. They constitute the largest chain of atolls in the world, extending from northwest to southeast over an area roughly the size of Western Europe. This archipelago's main major islands are Ana, Fakarava, Hao, and Makemo. All of the islands of the Tuamotus are coral low islands, essentially high sandbars built upon coral reefs. Makatea, southwest of the Palliser Islands, is one of the three great phosphate rocks in the Pacific Ocean, that is Arbanawa in Kiribati and the island nation of Nauru. The ring-shaped atoll Tayaro, which lies in the northwestern portion of the archipelago, is a rare example of a coral reef that has a fully enclosed lagoon. A little more than 50 atolls are permanently populated, the rest are only occupied sporadically during the copra harvesting season or as a base for fishing expeditions. The population has grown in the last years due to the fishing boom in the northern part and the extraction of pearls, especially black pearls in the west and in the center. In any case, most of the inhabitants practice subsistence agriculture. The Marquesas Islands are a group of volcanic islands in the northern part of the country. Their highest point is the peak of Mount Oahe on Uapo Island at 1,200 meters above sea level. And the capital of the Marquesas Islands administrative subdivision is the town of Taiohae on the island of Nukuhiva. The population of the Marquesas Islands was 9,346 inhabitants at the time of the August 2017 census. And the Marquesas Islands had a rich tradition of art. Art of the Marquesas ranges from large wooden sculptures of ancestors created for temples to small, intricate personal ornaments made from bone and shell. Carved wooden objects were decorating elaborate anthropomorphic and geometric motifs similar to tattoo designs that are part of a traditional practice. The tropical forests of French Polynesia are home to a great variety of rare animals and plants. Above all, the islands are known for their olfactory landscape. The Tahitian tiare, which blooms exclusively on the Society Islands, is one of the most fragrant of all flowers and is now protected. The atolls surrounding the islands are covered with numerous corals, around which butterfly and clownfish frolic. Manta rays also reside here. At the 2017 census, 89% of people living in French Polynesia have been bordered. 8% have been born in metropolitan France, 1.2% were born elsewhere in overseas France, and 1.7% were from foreign countries. 66% of people were ethnically mixed Polynesians, 7% were ethnically European Polynesians with light European mixing, 12% were Europeans, mostly French, 9% were people of mixed European and Polynesian descent, the so-called demis, literally meaning half, and 4.7% were East Asians, mainly Chinese. All the indigenous languages of French Polynesia are Polynesian. French Polynesia has been linguistically diverse since ancient times, with each community having its own local speech variety. These dialects can be grouped into 7 languages on the basis of mutual intelligibility: a Tahitian, Tuamotan, Rapa, Austro, North Marquesan, South Marquesan, and Mangaravan. French is the sole official language of French Polynesia, and organic law on 12 April 1996 states that French is the official language. Tahitian and other Polynesian languages can be used. Christianity is the main religion of the islands. A majority of 54% belongs to various Protestant churches, especially the Maori Protestant Church, which is the largest and accounts for more than 50% of the population. Due to the island location and the fact that French Polynesia produces a significant array of fruits and vegetables, natural local produce, especially coconut, features in many of the dishes of the islands, as does fresh seafood. Foods like faraora ipo, posong cru, and retia. The Polynesian traditional sport va'a is practiced in all the islands. French Polynesia hosts the Waiki Nui Va'a international race between Tahiti, Joaquin, and Bora Bora. French Polynesia is famous for its reef break waves. Tahupo'o is probably the most renowned, regularly land in the best waves of the world. The waves are so high here because the sea shelf is less than a mile away off the coast, so that waves are drastically amplified once they reach it. And there are many spots to practice kitesurfing in French Polynesia, with Tahiti, Moorea, Bora Bora, Maupiti, and Vaivae being among the most iconic. There are 53 airports in French Polynesia, 46 are paved. Fa'a'a International Airport is the only international airport in French Polynesia. Each island has its own airport that serves flights to other islands. Air Tahiti is the main airline that flies around the islands. These islands are one of the most diverse and varied in the world. Subscribe for more.